After being gone for over a year, Joji suddenly dropped a new single out of nowhere last week. A new track, Pixelated Kisses, surprised both fans and critics alike. His tone of voice didn't differ much from his previous releases, but the beat, the instrumental his soft vocals float over, feels completely new. It takes clear inspiration from the rage genre, blending emotional melodies with distorted, heavy-hitting drums. The instrumental consists of deep, powerful kicks and a harsh, distorted bass, the complete opposite of the soft, lo-fi sound his fans are used to. I think it's a bold move for him to step outside of his comfort zone. Whether you like this new sound or not, you have to respect him for pushing his artistic boundaries. I mean, he could have easily dropped another chill lo-fi song like the ones that built his career, but instead, he experimented. In today's video, I'll show you how to make a beat similar to the one Joji used on Pixelated Kisses. We'll go through everything, from bass synthesis to drums and melody design, so you can get a deeper understanding of how this sound might be created. Before we start, make sure to like and subscribe. Your support really means a lot. I set the tempo to 125 BPM, since Joji also used a lower BPM in this track. The first thing that stood out to me while analyzing Pixelated Kisses was the powerful bass that runs through the whole song. It's harsh and warm at the same time, similar to the heavy sub-basses often used in the witch house genre. At first, I tried browsing through presets to find a similar tone, but nothing really hit the mark. So I decided to synthesize the bass myself. I opened Serum 2 and started with the square up and down wavetable for oscillator A. I brought it down 3 octaves to make it a bass. Turned the random phase all the way down for a mono feel. And set the wavetable position to the maximum. For oscillator B, under digital S2 tables, I chose the JF flute wavetable, pitched it down 2 octaves and set the wavetable position to about 54. Then I gave oscillator B 2 voices and reduced the detune slightly. Next, I turned the oscillator B level to 0 because I wanted to have ambient. I selected phase distort on oscillator A and turned the warp knob up to around 50. Then I added white noise stereo, which helps make the final distortion sound smoother and more natural. To shape the tone further, I added a soft clip distortion warp on oscillator B and turned it up slightly. I also added a high pass warp to clean up the low end mod. After that, I used hyperdimension, followed by distortion and some compression to glue everything together. That's how I got close to the moving, distorted bass we hear in Pixelated Kisses. Once I had the sound ready, I laid down a simple MIDI bass progression similar to Joji's. It sounded good, but it felt like it needed more sub-presence, so I layered a second bass underneath using a Serum preset. Together, they filled out the low end nicely. Next, I wanted a lead sound, similar to the one in Pixelated Kisses. I found a fitting preset in Trisand and turned up the PWM speed knob. Not sure what it really does, but it added a movement I really liked. Melody-wise, I just followed the notes of the bass to keep everything cohesive. To make the lead move more dynamically, I used Shaperbox, applying both volume and filter modulation at 1/16 speed for that fast pulsing motion. Then I added distortion and a bit crusher to push the upper harmonics harder and give it a harsh digital edge. When layered with the bass, it blended perfectly and gave off that same gritty, dreamy texture. In the later parts of Pixelated Kisses, there's also a flute sound that comes in during the outro. To recreate that, I used the flute preset from Surge XT, wrote a faster melody and added echo to enhance its dreamy vibe. I started the drums with a simple clap pattern, adding an extra hit at the end of every 8 bars. Listening closely to the original, I noticed Joji's clap have reverb, so I added some as well. Just enough to make it blend without washing it out. Then I looked for a heavy kick, something big and punchy to match the energy of Pixelated Kisses. After finding one, I laid down a simple bounce with the clap. One interesting detail I noticed in the original track, there's a subtle sound layered under the first kick every 4 bars. To replicate that, I layered 2 cymbals under the kick and sidechained them to it. It's barely noticeable, but it adds depth. For extra bounce, I added a snare that plays occasionally and finished the section with a hi-hat pattern hitting on every 1/8 note, just like in Joji's track. Here's how the drums sound together. To wrap things up, I added a soft clapper on the master to get that slightly distorted warm final tone similar to Pixelated Kisses. With that, the beat was done. Take a listen. I didn't aim for a one-to-one copy of the original, but I think we got really close to capturing the same energy and tone. That's it for today's video. If you made it this far, make sure to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. Thanks for watching and see you next time.